Good morning. Today's session we'll be discussing about algebraic expressions and those expressions which can be termed as polynomials. So let's begin. Let's first say, for example, I have an algebraic expression 4x squared plus 5x minus 2. Now this is an algebraic expression having three terms, 1, 2 and 3, separated by plus or minus sign. Now you can see in every term is made up of two parts. One is a number which is a constant part and hence called the coefficient. The other part is the variable or the alphabet. Wherever there is no variable, we can definitely write it as x raised to 0, which you must have learnt it in the lower classes. Now why is these numbers called variables is because they do not have a fixed value. Their value will change depending upon the number we put. If we put 1, 2, 3, whichever number we put, the value will keep changing. But these numbers, the value will remain same. This will remain 4, this will remain 5 and this will remain minus 2. So these are coefficients and this is the variable. Now, this algebraic expression can be termed as a variable only if the degree of these variables is positive or a whole number. What do we mean by degree? Degree is nothing but the number, the indices or the power of the variable. For example, the degree of x here is 2, here is 1 and for this x it is 0. So if this degree of these variables is a whole number, then only this algebraic expression will be called as a polynomial. For example, if you have an algebraic expression like this, then this expression is not a polynomial because here the index is a negative number. Or in other words, even if you have something like this, will not be a polynomial because the degree of x here will become x raised to half. So if the degree is a negative number or a rational number, then that algebraic expression is not called a polynomial. So for polynomial, the degree can be a whole number, that is from 0 to any positive numbers. Now depending upon the number of terms that are present in an algebraic expression, it can be called as a monomial, a binomial or a polynomial. As the name suggests, mono means one. So if you just have one term in an algebraic expression, then that polynomial is called a monomial. Binomial is two terms. Bi, as the name suggests, bi means two. So we have two terms in a polynomial is called as a binomial. Three or more is called either a trinomial or you can in generalize call it a polynomial. So I hope, and this rule of the degree being a whole number is confined only to the variables, not to the coefficients. The coefficients can be a ratio, like this is a polynomial, because the coefficient can be a rational number. It can be even an irrational number. So coefficient can be a whole number, an integer, an irrational number, a ratio, it won't matter. It will still be called a polynomial. So this rule of the degree being a whole number is applicable only for the variable part, not for the coefficient part. So I hope you have understood what is a polynomial and how to identify a polynomial. Let's begin some functions on this polynomial. The first one being the addition. So let us say I have to add the first polynomial with the second polynomial. So here I have two polynomials, right? How do I call them polynomial? Because you can see all the degrees are positive numbers. There are no negative, no ratios. So how do we solve this is, first we open the bracket so that we have one single expression having all the numbers that we want. Now to perform this addition or subtraction, the next step is to collect all the like terms together. Now what do you mean by like terms? Like terms will be decided by this variable part, not by the coefficient. You can see the coefficients are different everywhere. It doesn't matter. What is like term is when the variable part is exactly identical. Only those terms can be added or subtracted. So let us start collecting the identical terms. Now you can see here the power of m is 2, power of n is 1. So I have to find out another term where power of m will be 2 and power of n will be 1. So you can see we have a term here. Power of m is 2, power of n is 1. So it becomes exactly identical. See, m square n, m square n. So these two are called the like terms. Even though the coefficients are different, it doesn't matter. It is the variable part which should be exactly identical to be called as a like term. Next is plus 5mn square. So we have this term, you can see mn square, right? Next is minus 7mn and plus mn, right? These are the like terms. So we start adding or subtracting. We have to add these two and these two. So when you're going to add these two like terms, we first write down the variable as it is. It doesn't have any changes, no addition, no subtraction, no multiplication, as it is. In addition and subtraction, it's the only coefficient which get added or subtracted. So here 3 and 2 both are positive. So we add them and we get our answer 5. Now for this, we write mn square as it is. Now 5 is positive and where there is no number is definitely 1 there. So you can see one number is positive, the other is negative. So subtraction is performed in such cases. 5 minus 1 is 4 and sign of the bigger number is put. 5 is a bigger number, so we put a plus sign here. Similarly here, we write mn as it is. 7 is negative and here where there is nothing, we put 1. So you can see these two numbers, again one is negative, the other is positive. So again we do subtraction. 7 minus 1, 6, and here again we have to put the sign of the bigger number. 7 being the bigger number, we put a negative sign. So this is the answer we get on adding the two polynomials. Let's have some other examples also. X cube minus 2x square minus 9. We wanted to add it to 5x cube plus 2x plus 9. So we have to perform this addition. So as always, what we do is open the bracket first. No sign changes because this is a plus sign. No sign change is required. Now we start collecting the like terms. We start with the biggest number in power. So biggest number in power you can see is 3. So we start with x raised to 3. Now you can see there is one more like term we have, which is also x raised to 3. So we write it just next here. Then minus 2x square. Now you can see x raised to 2, we do not have any other term, so we leave it as it is. After that we write 2x. Again you will see there is no term which has only x as a variable, so that also we leave it as it is. Then last, just the numbers that are remaining. Now we start adding x cube. There are two terms, we write x cube as it is. Where there is nothing, we put 1. So 1 plus 5 is 6. Now 2x square is just one single term, so we write as it is. 2x is also one more single term, we write as it is. Now these two numbers we definitely have to add. 1 is plus, 1 is minus, so we do subtraction. 9 minus 9 is 0. So no need to write that number. And we get our answer for the addition. Let's do one more small example. So in this addition, it is not just limited to two polynomials. We can even add more than two polynomials. For example, as I am taking here, you can see I am going to add 3 polynomials to get my answer. So first step is we open all the 3 polynomials. Since there is a plus sign in between, there is no need to make any changes to the sign, and as it is we open. Now let's start collecting the like terms. Y raised to 2. The next y raised to 2 is 3y raised to 2. Next we go to y. So you will see y 1 plus 3y, and there is one more minus 4y. So you can see there are 3 y terms here. Next we write all the constant terms, all the numbers, and now we have written all the numbers rearranged so that all like terms are together and it's easy to add and subtract. So let's do this first. Y square first as it is. 2 plus 3 is 5. Now for these 3 terms we do together. Variable is y. Now what we do is the positive ones we add first. So 7 plus 3 is 10. So we get plus 10. And this is plus 10 minus 4. So we have to do subtraction. And we give the sign of the bigger number because 10 is bigger than 4. So we get plus 6y. Same way we will be doing here, all 3 together. 5 plus 9 is 14 and 14 minus 3 is 11. 14 is a bigger number which was plus, so we have to give plus. So this is how we get an answer for addition of polynomials. Now let's go to the subtraction. Of polynomials. So let's say first example that I have to subtract 5a square minus 2a from 7a square plus 5a plus 6. Now first we have to write these two polynomials in bracket. So first we have to understand which polynomial should you write first, this one or this one. So for this I'll just use a small example. Let us say when I say subtract 4 from 8. How do we write this? Is 8 minus 4. That is the number which is written after from is written first, and from there we subtract the first number. So same thing we will be doing here. The expression or the polynomial which is after from, we will write it in the first bracket. So 7a square plus 5a plus 6 minus 5a square minus 2a. So now we have to again open the bracket. 7a square plus 5a plus 6. Now we have to be very careful about opening the bracket because we have a minus sign here. So we will be multiplying this minus sign with every number and see if the sign changes. Here the sign is plus. So minus into plus is minus. So your 5a square will become minus when it comes out of the bracket. Similarly, minus into minus is plus. So this 2a will become plus when it comes out of the bracket. This is the only step which you should be very careful. Now the next step is same as we do in the addition of polynomials. We will collect all the like terms together. So 7a square and then we have 5a square. Next is 5a and 2a. And last is 6. Now we just perform what we did in addition. A square as it is. 7 minus 5 is 2. Again 5 plus 2 is 7. A as it is and plus 6. So this is how we get the subtraction. Okay. Let's do one more example. 2ab square plus 3a square b minus 4ab from 3ab minus 8ab square plus 2a square b. So as I've told you, the polynomial which is written after from should be written in the first bracket. So 3ab minus 8ab square plus 2a square b minus 2ab square plus 3a square b minus 4ab. So now the first step is we open the bracket, and for that we write the first bracket as it is, no changes. Now we have to be very careful because there is a minus sign. So minus into plus is minus. Minus into plus is again minus. Minus into minus is plus. In other words, what you should remember is in subtraction, when you are opening the bracket, the numbers which are positive will become negative and the numbers which are negative will become positive for the second bracket. Next is we collect all the like terms together. Let us say 3ab. It cannot be a like term because there is b square, a square, b square, a square. This one is identical to 3ab. Next is minus 8ab square. So you see this is minus 2ab square, ab square, ab square. Next is plus 2a square b and minus 3a square b. Now we have got all the like terms together. What we have to do is simple addition. AB as it is, 3 plus 4, 7. Similarly here AB square. Now you can see here 8 is also minus, 2 is also minus. Both are having the same sign. So we will perform addition. 8 plus 2 is 10 and we will give the sign which both the numbers have, and that is minus. Now here again A square B. One number is plus, one number is minus. So we have to do subtraction. 3 minus 2 is 1. And we give the sign of the bigger number. Bigger number is 3. It has a minus sign. So we give a minus sign. So this is the answer of subtraction of this polynomial. Just let's take one more last example. 6x square minus 4x plus 2 from 2x square plus 8x minus 5. Let's form the brackets. After from, the expression is written first, minus sign, and then the second expression. Let's open the brackets. First bracket as it is. And now what we do, we change the signs of all the numbers in the second bracket. The plus ones will become minus, minus ones will become plus. We collect all the like terms together now. So 2x square minus 6x square, 8x with 4x minus 5 and minus 2. So now again x square, 2 and 6. 1 is plus, 1 is minus. We do subtraction. 6 minus 2, 4. And sign of the bigger number. Similarly here x, both are plus. So we do addition and put a plus sign. Here again both are negative. 5 is also negative, 2 is also negative. So we do addition, which is 7. And we give a common sign because both are negative. We put a minus sign. So this is how you get the answer for the subtraction. So I hope you have understood what are polynomials, which algebraic expressions can be called polynomials, what are the characteristics required, how to do addition of polynomials, how to do subtraction. So the important thing that you should remember is only changing the signs when you are doing subtraction, and rest of the method is same as addition. So I hope you will be able to do the assignment that will be sent along with this video link. Thank you.